Alright everybody, welcome back to the Anonymous Miner channel, and today we are going to go over how to set up a Mysterium node in Windows, but a couple of things have changed. So since my last video about running a Mysterium node on a Raspberry Pi, Mysterium has actually gone mainnet, so it is no longer a test net, it is no longer a theoretical thing, it is all a mainnet. So as a result, they've changed a couple of things where it now requires a little bit of Mysterium to onboard your node, but we'll get into that in a minute. So here we go. If you were brand new to this and you hadn't done anything yet, you would need to go to Mysterium.network and go to nodes, or you could go to the home page here and you can click get started. So you're going to need to get over to the node page basically. And once you get over to the node page, you'll be able to create an account here, right? You'll have to create an account. You'll need to register your email and everything. It's pretty normal. This is all pretty normal stuff, signing up. And then once you get into your account, you'll be able to go right here to onboarding. So today, I am going to set up a desktop. Right? You could also set up a data center, which is like having a virtual node on a server somewhere, which is something I probably will do in the near future. You could also get an Avado box, which is like a pre-built Raspberry Pi node that they sell. Or you could do a Raspberry Pi. So today we're going to do the desktop. And you could do the desktop on Mac OS, Mac operating system, Linux, or Windows. Today we're going to do Windows, and that is per user requests. So the first time I tried to do this, I downloaded the Windows installer, and it got about halfway through, and it stopped working. It was not actually installing what it was supposed to do. So I decided to go with this advanced setup, which is nice for you guys because, well, I'm making a video about it. So the first thing you're going to need to do is download Docker Desktop. So you're going to come over here. You can click on this link right here. It will take you here. And again, I will leave all these links down below as I usually do for the videos. You're going to download for Windows, right, or Mac or Linux. It depends on what you're doing again. I would download it for Windows. It was about 500 megabytes. It took a couple minutes. I downloaded it, and I installed it. I accepted the terms and conditions on it, and I opened it. And this is where I got to. So now this is Docker. This is opened. You can see here where it suggests to open a node here, or a VPN, a VM, a virtual machine within Docker, which is what Docker is. It's a way to run a virtual machine on your machine, which means it's a virtual computer, right? And so once you have this downloaded, you're going to come back here and you're going to grab this command. Now this command, you might come back over to Docker and be like, okay, where do I stick it, right? Well, no, you're not going to stick it in here. Let me close that. It says actually to do it from terminal. So what is terminal? Terminal is command prompt. So if you come back over to the search thing here and type in command, you can also go to the Windows thing here. Right? If I just go to Windows and I start typing command, it'll pop up command prompt. And then I'm going to right click and it'll automatically paste this. And once I hit enter, it's going to say it didn't find it, right? Or it's going to install it. And it might be acting weird because I already did it once on this computer. So now it's installed and it's running it. On your computer, it will run an install and download some stuff. That is totally normal. It's because I've done it more than once on this computer because I'm trying to show you guys. So once you're here, you have all these buttons and stuff, and this is the virtual machine. It is running the Mysterium node. And you can see here where it says port 4449. So to access this node now, you're going to come back to your web browser. In this case, I'm using Brave browser. And we're going to go to localhost colon 4449 right there. Perfect. So now this is localhost 4449. This is the actual node that we just set up, and we're talking to this virtual machine right here through this web server or this web UI, okay? Now I'm going to hit next there. I started my node. This is the address of which I want to deposit my Mysterium that I'm going to earn with this node. So your address here needs to be an Ethereum address that can accept ERC20 tokens, such as Mysterium. That means that it is a token built into the Ethereum blockchain, such as Mysterium. So you need to make sure that you can withdraw to the proper address. In this case, I'm withdrawing to my ledger. So I'm going to hit next, and it's going to ask me, I need to deposit not less than 0.2 Myst. Or I can register for free. Now, I've registered quite a few nodes now, and I've had a couple of you asking me, how do you do this? Because you got to this part and you weren't able to register for free. So I don't know how many they're onboarding per day for free, but I can tell you it's not enough for us to not have to do this next step. So I'm going to show you one way that they say to do it right here is to avoid transaction fees on Ethereum network. We recommend using the Polygon network. Well, not only do they recommend using the Polygon network, you can only use the Polygon network for this step. So you need to use the Polygon mainnet. Now I have videos where you can add Polygon and Ethereum to your MetaMask. So if you need to do that, you should go back and look at those. And it says, buy Matic token for the amount of money you'd like to spend for Myst on Binance or any other exchange. Well, I went on Binance and I tried to verify my identity, and I could not. I took pictures of my license and my passport, and they would not verify my identity. They said it didn't look like me. Well, okay, whatever. I wasn't able to verify, therefore I'm not able to buy any Matic, and I wasn't able to do this part. So how did I get my Polygon or my Matic so that I could start it? Well, this part didn't work, what they're talking about. This did. I installed the MetaMask wallet, and I configured to work with Polygon, so that's pretty cool. Now, withdraw your Matic into a wallet address generated by MetaMask. Don't forget to choose Polygon, not Ethereum, right? They're talking about pull it out on the Polygon blockchain, not the Ethereum blockchain, right? So that's what they're talking about here. Well, let me get off this computer, and we'll come back to my main computer, and I will show you how I collected that. Alright, so here we are. We're back on my main computer, and let me show you right here. We're on Unmindable.com, and if I scroll down a little bit, right? Oh, that's Crowcoin. If I scroll down a little bit, right here we have Matic, Polygon, right? And it says new, BEP20, ERC20, and Polygon. Well, let's click on this. It says you can get payouts in as little as 20 Matic on the Ethereum chain, 3 Matic on the BSC chain, or 3 Matic on the Matic chain, which is the Polygon network chain, which is what we were just talking about. So now here is the plan. I am going to mine Ethash or Ethereum, which Ethash is the algorithm for Ethereum, right? So I'm going to mine Ethash at Unmindable. Now the Unmindable is a pool, an Ethereum pool, and they are going to exchange my Ethereum that I'm mining, right, at that pool, for Polygon automatically. Now I don't have to pay the network fees to exchange this. So let's just say that I'm going to run 13060 LHR version 1 unlocked. So that is about 50 megahash, which makes 1.45 Matic a day. Now to get 3 Matic, I'm going to have to mine for about 2 days, and then I will get my 3 Matic, and that'll be it. So now how do I set this up? Well, let me open that up. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so here we are. This is my bat file for TRex. Let's go through this real quick and what all this means. So now I have TRex.exe listed here. That means that it is going to execute the TRex executable file or the TRex miner. Right here, the -A means it is going to use the algorithm Ethash for Ethereum mining. That means I'm going to calculate all my math and do all the algorithm and processing in the Ethash algorithm. -O means I'm going to speak to the Ethereum Unminable pool. So Unminable, that's over here. That's right here. This Ethash unminable.com 3333. And when I went to modify this bat file originally, it had the stratum plus TCP already in there. So I left it there, and all I changed is the actual .com part of it, and then I changed the port to 3333 because the Unminable pool has that port open for you to mine too. Okay, so next up is the address. -U indicates the address. So the address starts with Matic, as you can see, like right here, this example, colon, my address. So the address is going to be from the MetaMask wallet that I set up before in one of my other videos. I'll leave a link for my other video of how to add Polygon and how to download MetaMask to Brave browser or Chrome in the links down below. Okay, and then the next part is going to be my worker name. So it's dot. My worker name is a 3060, and again, this is a 3060 version 1 LHR unlocked by using the HDMI dummy plug and downloading the 470 drivers in Windows. So then the next part of it, hashtag UMVY-1, or I'm sorry, -1 EEN, gives me a 0.25% discount on the pool fees when I'm mining to Unmindable. And then the last part, -P, is the password. I don't have one, so it's a standard X, and that just means that there isn't a password. Okay, so now when I double click this sucker, it will actually mine to this Unminable pool, and then I'll be collecting Matic out. Okay, so now after a while, I collected my Matic here, and I got 12.94 Matic, and then I'm able to swap this for my Myst tokens. So this is the MetaMask and Polygon network that I added before, right? And now I can come in here and I can add, let's just say, 2 Matic for $4.20. Look at that. That's a beautiful price. And moving on, the Myst token. I want to do the Myst token. Now, if the Myst token doesn't show up in here for you, you're going to need to search for it, and I don't remember how to do that, but it's popping up in most of them for me now because a lot of people are using it. So now I've got my 2 Matic that I mined from Unmindable using this TRex file back here for $4.20, right? And now I'm going to turn it into Myst. So let's review the swap. I'm going to get an estimated 7.5 Myst tokens, and remember, I only needed 0.2 Myst to pop up my node, right? And I'm going to be collecting about 1.4 something Matic per day with my single 3060. So after about 2 days, I would be able to spin up a bunch of nodes, okay? So now, if I were to hit swap, this swap would cost me 9 cents with a maximum fee of 10 cents. That is amazing. So that is why they want us to use the Polygon network. Let me switch over here. If I cancel out of this transaction, we get back and I go over to the Ethereum mainnet. Now look on Ethereum. I do have 34 cents in Ethereum. Look out, I'm rich. And I also have some Matic here, right? And the Matic, what if I were to swap this for the Myst token on the mainnet? Right there. There it is. Okay. Let's go look at this, what the difference is. Because 2 Matic, it's worth a little bit less on the Ethereum blockchain. 2 cents less, right? Now that could also be because the price updated or something. I'm not really sure if there's a price difference on Matic versus on Ethereum blockchain. So don't quote me on that. I am not a financial advisor. But the point is here, let's look at the difference in the cost of the swap. So it's still about 7.5 Myst, and the gas fee is $175 with a possible max gas fee of $232. That is absolutely insane. So that is not worth it. I'm not spinning up a Myst node for $175. Now let's go back again to the Polygon network and just double check this real quick, right? So now we're going to swap our Matic. I'm going to go 2 Matic, and it's still $4.20, so it looks like there might be a price difference, but don't quote me. 2 Myst, continue, review the swap, 7.5 Myst again for 9 cents. 9 cents. I can't reiterate this enough. This is crazy. So now, once I have my Myst, we're going to go back over to that computer. Alright guys, so one more thing I just wanted to show you guys on Unmindable.com here real quick. I just wanted to show you, this is where I got paid out my Matic, right? So I got Matic here on Unminable. This is awesome. It was really cool to be able to mine Ethereum to get out Matic, but you need to make sure you get paid out on the right network. So on these coins, let me go back here, let me click on Matic. Get back to the main page. On these coins where it shows, for example, BEP20, ERC20, and Polygon, you can change which blockchain you're going to get paid out on. And in order to do that, let me go back here. Once you've started mining and you have an address here, I've got my address plugged in. And again, this is where I got paid out. If I click stats here and it loads, I got paid out here before, right? So now once I have this set up, I no longer am mining this, so it doesn't show any workers. But this yellow button is right here that says switch network. So I can switch network and I can click use whatever I want to use. So right now it's actually set to ERC20 because this is grayed out and it says current network if I put my mouse clicker over it, my pointer. Now I want to use Matic, right? So Polygon or Matic, that's what I want to use. And we're going to click continue here. And it's now been updated so that when I mine here, I'm actually going to get paid out on the Matic or Polygon network. And this is how you're going to fund your node. And again, that minimum threshold is 3. So it really depends on your hash rate. Let me give a couple more examples over here. Let's just say you had one 6600 XT. It's going to take you a little over 3 days to be able to get one payout and be able to do this. So it is more than 20 cents from this perspective, but the actual starting of the node is about 20 cents. So anyways, back to it. So okay, you're going to need to copy this address right here and send at least 0.2 Myst that you just made. So as I showed you, with 2 Matic, you can get 7.5 Myst, which is more than enough. You could spin up a couple of nodes, or you could hodl it, or you could trade less. That's up to you. But it's only going to cost you like a day or two's worth of time, depending on how many cards you put on it in this method. I did not want to participate with Coinbase, so we got that now. And let me retype this and send it over, and then I'll show you how to finish setting up the node. Okay, so that wasn't very long at all. That was 1 minute. 2:07 to 2:08 p.m. It is now sent and received. I see it here. Let me hit the next button. Awesome. I got my next button. Now it's going to ask me for the password. This is going to be the password that you put in on the web UI. Whatever you put in there. Actually, it's a different password. So you can put whatever password you want in here. I'm going to put the same password. So, there we go. I am now logged into my node. My identity is being registered. So it's actually talking to the Myst network now and registering my identity as a node. There we go. Let me hit the claim button here. See what happens. Refresh real quick and see if we're in. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to wait a couple more minutes. It's 2:09, right? Let me come back in just a minute. Okay, so we are done. It looks like it took about 10 minutes to register that. It might take you a little bit longer or less time. And if you notice, they took 0.04 Myst for onboarding my node here. So it was pretty cheap today. That means that I only technically needed 0.04, even though I sent 0.3, which was 17 cents. It was very cheap to do this. Now I could withdraw this, right? You can withdraw your collected earnings, right? And I can withdraw it to the Polygon mainnet or the Mysterium mainnet. And it'll show me the fees, right? And there's those fees again. Those fees are crazy. Look at that. The fee to withdraw it on the Polygon mainnet is 0.02, and I will get 0.23. And the Ethereum mainnet to withdraw it is 108 to remove it. So I will get less than, I won't get anything because I don't have enough. So that's crazy. Now, one thing I do want to do, I want to scroll down here. I've already got an ongoing connection here. Look at this. I'm already sharing my internet with someone in the Netherlands. So they're using my IP address and stuff, which is something you need to be aware of. They are using my IP address. So if he wants to go search something nefarious online, it could be associated with me. Now, he or she, rather. You need to be careful of that. One thing I do want to do is I want to go down here, and I want to check this box right here. Only Mysterium verified partner traffic. Now, I am probably going to make a little bit less money here. It says right here, traffic vetted via business contracts, unavailable to the general public, and limited to streaming. This option potentially will give less reward. So I'm not going to make as much money as what they're telling me, but it's safer for me. So here we go. Restarted. There we go. I've got my VPN on. I've got only Mysterium vetted traffic. You can limit the bandwidth here so that they're only limited to 50 megabytes a second, which is still pretty crazy in my opinion. But I'm going to leave it like this, and we're going to see how much money I can make with this node. There is one more thing that I want to go do. I want to register this node to my nodes. So right now, if I come over here and I go to my nodes, it's still not showing up as a node of mine, right? So if I hit add new node, I can go through the desktop, clicking again, and Windows, and blah, 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 and claim node. It'll give me this timer, or I can claim the node manually. I can grab this API key, and I can paste that API key in here and save it, right? I'm going to save that. Perfect. Now, if I come back over here, right, and I go to my nodes, I now have a node here. It will show online shortly. Just give it a couple minutes. And then I've already earned 0.006293 Myst. Now that's not a lot, but considering the node has been online for 3 minutes and I've already earned some Myst, that's pretty cool. So that's how you spin up a node on Windows, and you fund it for the 17 cents on Polygon. I don't want you guys to try and do that on Ethereum. I did. It will cost you a bunch of money. So I found a way around it, and I showed that to you guys today. So I hope this helps you guys, this guide to collecting some Polygon on the Polygon network, or Matic on the Polygon network, to trade for Mysterium to start up your node. And again, be very careful with this stuff. It is going to expose your public IP address. I have some network settings that I'm hiding behind that I don't really care to publicize. So, if you don't really care too much about your internet, this is awesome. You can make money by sharing your internet, but you need to be careful. And I personally like to check that box again. If we go back over here, I really like to check that box that says vetted traffic only. I don't want somebody coming onto my internet and doing something nefarious like looking up how to make certain things that the government doesn't want you making, because I don't agree with those things. I am a law-abiding citizen, and I just like to make a little bit of money on the side when I can, and pay taxes on that money too when I need to. So, that being said, I hope you guys like this video today. If you could like, comment, subscribe, share, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That'd be great. Either way, thank you again, guys, for tuning in, and I hope this helped you all. Have a great day. So one last thing, if you guys made it this far in this video, thank you very much for watching. And if you would like to spin up your own Mysterium node and you don't want to do any of this stuff, you can come on down to the Discord, and if you DM me or send up your address in Discord, I will help the first couple hundred or so people set up their Mysterium nodes for free. So this is something I'm offering to those loyal people that watch my videos, especially to the end. I didn't want to announce that I'm doing any kind of giveaway or anything like that, but I am going to help as many people as come into my Discord and ask me for help to spin up their Mysterium node until I'm either out of Myst or it's been a while or whatever it is. But if you come on down to the Discord, if you're listening to this, you probably can get a free donation of Myst to spin up your node. So, thanks again, guys, and have a good one.